I encountered Tyler at the hospital where I had worked for more than 20 years. He was 25, a biker with a broken femur and a smug grin. And I, 45, a trauma nurse, long divorced and not searching for chaos. I assumed he was just another playful patient charming his way through idleness. But he wasn't like the rest. He listened. He joked he noticed details. "You're too calm," he remarked once. "It's soothing." He wasn't flirting to waste time. After his release, he waited outside the hospital with flowers and coffee. "I told you," he said. "I was serious." Half a year later, I became his wife. Tyler spoke about starting fresh. After his father passed the year earlier, his mother received an insurance payout. Tyler said it opened his eyes, that he didn't want to wander aimlessly anymore. He wanted to be a teacher like his mom. It touched me. Here was a young man with drive and sorrow and fire asking me to trust in him. So I did. I supported him through his applications, covered the fees, bought the books, cooked the meals. While I endured endless night shifts at the hospital, he stayed in to study. He had no job, no savings, no credit, no burdens. But I didn't complain. I thought love meant holding someone while they built their wings. 2 years later, his mom, Marissa, invited us for dinner. She was a teacher, composed, grounded, respected by her neighbors. "I've got a thought," she said over dessert. "I inherited that empty lot from your dad. It's just sitting there. You two should build a home. Make it your own." Tyler's eyes gleamed. "Our own house. We can handle it," I said. I had been saving. Building would cost about $500,000. Marissa offered $170,000 from the payout. I agreed to cover the rest, $330,000 from my savings. Tyler gave no money, but he spoke about layouts and paint and garden space like a boy dreaming up a castle. When it came to the forms, Marissa chimed in, "You know, we should put the property under Tyler's name. He doesn't have credit yet. This could help him build one." I paused. "But I'm covering most of it." "I know," she replied smoothly. "But legally, it will help him later. And it's not like he'll sell it. You're married." I faltered. I disliked it, but I didn't want to appear controlling. Tyler was my partner. His mother was courteous to me, and I wanted him to feel balanced, honored. "Fine," I said, "as long as he understands what it means." Marissa grinned. "Of course, you're shaping your life together." The home was finished 6 months later. It was gorgeous. White walls, golden oak floors, huge windows. It smelled like paint and promises. We moved in and toasted with pizza and wine on the bare living room floor. "I'll make you proud," Tyler told me, kissing my brow. But 6 months later, he shifted. He grew silent, distant. Then one morning, as I finished my night shift and set coffee down, he made me sit. "There's something I've been weighing," he began. He looked grim, like revealing a crime. "I want to apply for some grants," he said. "For school. But I can't. Not while we're married." I blinked. "Why?" He stalled, then explained. "Most grants are income-based, and because of your salary, I don't qualify. They expect spouses to share funds, so technically I'm excluded." "Okay, so what now?" "We get divorced," he said. I nearly spilled my coffee. "What?" "Not real," he rushed. "Just on paper, briefly. Once I finish school, we'll remarry. I'm not leaving you. I'm just trying to manage this." I stared at him. "You want me to divorce you, so you can get free funds for college? It's not about free cash. It's about freedom. I don't want to keep relying on you. I want to achieve something myself, and this will help me finish quicker, cheaper. I swear it's just paperwork." His eyes begged. And the worst part? I longed to believe him. I wanted to think this wasn't betrayal, but some warped form of resolve. "You'll return?" I asked. "As soon as I graduate," he swore. "We'll do another ceremony. Just us." I didn't agree at once, but in the next days, he was strangely tender. He cooked, cleaned, massaged my feet. He spoke in quiet tones, like someone preparing you for pain they knew would land. In the end, I signed the forms. He hugged me. "Thanks for trusting me." Then, as I turned to the sink, I heard a chuckle. I spun back. His whole expression shifted, lips curled in mockery, eyes sharp. Wow, he said, waving the papers. That was easier than I figured.
What?
You really fell for it, huh? What are you saying, Cora? He replied flatly. You're 45. I'm 25. You were just a rung. Thanks for the house. I stared at him, stunned. He shrugged. Might want to pack. I'm listing the place soon. My throat went dry. You're kidding. Do I look like I'm kidding? I didn't scream. I didn't plead. I walked upstairs, filled a bag, and left. That night, I sobbed until my chest ached. But the next dawn, I drove to Marissa's door. She opened in a robe, startled. Cora. I met her eyes. Your son tricked me out of $330,000. He made me believe in him, then tossed me from the house I bought. Her grin collapsed. Come inside, she said, voice suddenly stern. Tell me everything. Marissa sat at the dining table, stirring her tea like it could rewrite reality. I explained it all. How Tyler convinced me to divorce him for grants. How he flipped once I signed. How he claimed the home as his. She stayed silent, listening, jaw stiff. I trusted him, I said at last. I trusted you. She looked up. Cora, you don't need to say a thing. I'm not after money. I'm not after payback. I just wanted you to see the man you raised. She exhaled unsteady. This doesn't sound like my son. But it is. You just haven't seen him unmasked. Marissa rubbed her brow. He said the house is his? He called me a placeholder. Said I bought him a home, and he's done. She went still. Then, do you think he actually filed the divorce? I don't know. She rose sharply. Let's confirm. We drove to the house, or what had been mine. Marissa parked nearby. Before I spoke, she caught my arm. Go first. Let him think you're alone. I want to hear how he treats you without an audience. I faltered. You really think he'll show his hand? I'll learn more in 5 minutes of silence than in years of blind hope. My pulse pounded as I stepped out. The front door was open. Inside, chaos. Takeout boxes, dirty laundry, blinds crooked. Tyler lounged gaming on the couch, feet up, careless. He barely looked up. Oh look, he muttered. The charity case is back. I studied. I need clarity. Did you file the papers? He froze his game and turned. His smirk was pure venom. The divorce papers you begged to sign?
Yeah.
Drop them at the clerk's today. Want proof? So it's final, I said coolly.
Yep.
You and me? Done. He rose, stretching. Got to admit, Cora, you served your role. Steady job, solid credit, boring as toast. But I'm 25. Can't waste prime years babysitting someone who needs Advil after yoga. I stared coldly. You're vile. No, I'm blunt. And now this house is mine. I can sell and bounce somewhere better. Maybe Miami, maybe LA. Beaches, clubs, women who don't lecture about fiber. He sneered. You're not my wife now, Cora. You're just the fool who paid my entry fee. At that instant, Marissa stepped from the hall. The blood drained from Tyler's face. Mom. She didn't respond right away. She strode past me, heading straight toward him. I overheard everything she spoke. Tyler scrambled for words. It's not how it seemed. She interrupted him. You deceived. You exploited. You disgraced a woman who trusted you and gave her all. Mom, please. You find this amusing? She cut him short. Is this what I taught you? He recoiled. I spent 3 decades inside classrooms teaching kids to rise above what society expected. And you're the reason people quit believing in goodness. Fine, I slipped up, he muttered fast. But she'll survive. She's strong. She always. Marissa's palm lashed out quick and fierce. The crack of the slap echoed around the house. Tyler stumbled backward a pace, eyes wide, cheeks burning hot. I never imagined I'd declare this, she said. But you don't earn the right to carry your father's name.
Mom.
She turned to me, tone steady again. Cora, forgive me. I trusted he had shifted. I assumed he was finally maturing. Clearly, I misjudged. I swallowed the lump inside my throat. This isn't your burden. I allowed him to.
No, she objected.
You relied on him. That's not a like. Tyler stayed stiff, as though torn between arguing or pleading. Marissa faced him. Gather your belongings. You're returning to my home.
What?
He choked. You're expelling me from my own place. No, she countered. You're being removed from a house erected on my soil, built with my funds, and stolen from someone who sacrificed every part for you. But it's registered under my name, legally perhaps. Yet morally, spiritually, it's not yours in any sense. I can't believe you're taking her side. I'm taking the side of integrity. He stayed put. Marissa's gaze hardened. Don't force me to involve police. At last, he seized his keys and stormed out without further speech. I sank onto the couch armrest, shivering. Marissa lowered herself beside me, clutching her fingers. No matter how long this path is, she vowed. We'll fix it. I faced her, drained.
How?
Her lips curved faintly. I still retain the deed to the soil beneath this house. I consulted my attorney yesterday for safety. Tyler ignored the hidden terms of the contract signed before it was built. He owns no absolute rights. My lungs hitched. You mean you could? I can rescind his license to reside here, and if he attempts to sell it, the deal will dissolve in escrow once they inspect the deed. I blinked. That's not the limit, she insisted. If intent shows he plotted this earlier, you might demand restitution. I sighed low. Marissa. She remained firm. You don't have to confront him solo again. He underestimated the wrong women. Tyler shifted back into the room of his boyhood, though it appeared shrunken now, bleaker. The bed moaned, the posters dulled, and the walls pressed tighter with each day gone. He acted like nothing altered. He hauled the trash out unasked, assisted his mother with groceries, even offered to trim the grass. Marissa acknowledged nothing at all. She wasn't livid in common ways. She didn't scream or slam doors. She didn't insult him. She simply cut all words. Her silence sliced through him sharper than any jeer could ever strike. At dinner, she'd set a dish before him wordless, sit across the table, and chew with the calm severity of a judge. When he sought chatter, a quip and easy, "How's your day?" She never even lifted her eyes. Meanwhile, I kept preparing. The binder on my desk thickened daily. Bank slips showing transfers, invoices for supplies, captures of texts, and records of dialogues. Dana, the lawyer Marissa linked me with, assembled it all with chilling order. You paid 2/3 of that property, she confirmed. He'll return it. Slowly, maybe, but lawfully. He lacks any footing. I don't crave the money, I replied. You cared enough to weep in my office. That silenced me. While Dana advanced the restitution filing, Tyler posted gym photos and vague sayings like, "Sometimes you must burn bridges to brighten the path ahead." He remained blind to the storm. When the summons landed, I didn't boast. I didn't even feel victorious. I just sat along the edge of my bed, staring at the letter. It didn't feel like triumph. It felt like closure. Typed in legal font and sealed by the court. At the trial, he looked wrecked, weary eyes, rough beard, a loose tie hanging from a stained shirt. I wore my nurse scrubs, a tidy ponytail, and no cosmetics. Dana argued for me. Tyler stumbled through defenses. He claimed it was mutual, that the split had been emotional, that maybe he misread the moment. Dana revealed the printout of his text. "Thanks for the home. It's mine now," he typed, followed by a laughing emoji, like humor too cruel to smile at. The judge did not. The verdict came quick. $1,200 each month for 5 years. Court restitution, for seizure if skipped. The judgment struck like stone. Tyler slumped back, shocked. Dana didn't grin. That same week, Marissa finally addressed him. She placed dinner as always, then sat across and said, "You will repay her." "All of it?" He raised his eyes slowly. "I don't own that kind of cash." "Then earn work or two. I'm a student."
Withdraw.
He chuckled, almost smirked. "You mean this?" "I've never meant more in my life." After that, she rose, cleaned her plate, and left. He sat stunned, blinking like the lamps had gone dim. She never raised it again.
She didn't need.
He sought jobs the following day and landed on night shifts in a warehouse, stacking crates until dawn. He groaned of aches. Nobody cared, and I began living again. The first repayment arrived late, shaky, like his fingers quivered writing it. I spent it on a new mattress and bought a long spa session. The next one bought a trip to Seattle. The third for a course I never dreamed of. I danced again. I wore stilettos without reason. I purchased lip colors that unnerved me. I quit apologizing for delight. Each month, I opened his letter, smoothed the check, and smiled. Not for the funds, but for the wait. I outlasted him. He texted me once months later, just past midnight. I regret it. I never thought it would close like this. I was desperate. I stared for minutes, then typed, "Desperation is no excuse for betrayal." I never heard again. Marissa appeared one Saturday with wine and a packet. "What's inside?" I asked. "A deed," she answered. "The land's in your title now.
Do what you choose with it."
"I don't want that," I said. "It's not a gift," she replied. "It's correction." I poured her wine, and we sat quiet on the balcony, the sun glinting on her gray hair. She looked older, gentler. She never named Tyler. Neither did I weeks after I drove past the home. The windows empty, the garden unkept. The sale sign had been pulled. Nobody desired it anymore. It lingered, stripped of hope, filled with shame. I stopped and stepped out, stood by the curb where I had watered plants, where we once hauled boxes and laughed over crooked frames. I didn't weep. I didn't beam. I only breathed. I was no longer that woman who raised that house. That woman had been bruised and discarded. The woman present had climbed back up. Behind me, 2 teens skated by, yelling words I missed. It made no difference. I turned and went to my car. I never looked back. Tyler's monthly payments still come. I store them in a folder called Freedom. I cash them when I crave strength. A short trip, a coat, a class. I don't dwell on vengeance now. I dream of what comes later. A new home, maybe. Maybe raise again with my name on each stone. Or maybe not. Maybe it's enough knowing I escaped. That he lost all he believed he held. And that I discovered all he never owned.
Come.
Liberty and myself.